Okay, let's watch JD Vance get his ass kicked, shall we? Oh shit, dude, JD Vance branded worst VP in history, 22% approval plunge. All right, you ready? Let's watch this, dude. Now again, okay, you ready for this, guys? Let's put this in context, okay? Because we literally, guys, we just watched CoffeeZilla's video about insider corruption trading of Bitcoin. We just saw that the 400 richest Americans own 6.6 trillion of wealth. The bottom 50% of the country, 4 trillion of wealth. So we're getting fleeced by the wealthy. And we saw that 10% of America owns 93% of the stock market. So we are getting fucked. And the corruption is outrageous. These guys are making insider trades. They got like Nancy Pelosi's stock guy. All these people are just, you know, cash registering on us, okay? And it is Republicans and Democrats alike, okay? But it is particularly, though, Trump seems to like to give these guys free reign, okay? He's like, he himself is a scoundrel of that variety. But we have the Tom Homan thing where Tom Homan took 50 grand in a paper bag because they're giving away contracts, right? Trump gets a 400 milli jet from Qatar. Qatar gets an air base in Idaho, right? You scratch mine, I'll scratch yours. You jack mine, I'll jack yours. Oh, Trumpy, oh, right? And now here's JD Vance. Watch this guy. What a bitch.
The White House border czar Tom Homan was recorded on an FBI surveillance tape in September 2024, accepting $50,000 in cash. Did he keep that money or give it back?
George, you've covered the story ad nauseum. Tom Homan did not take a bribe. It's a ridiculous smear. And the reason you guys are going after Tom Homan so aggressively is because he's doing the job of enforcing the law. I think it's really preposterous. I know Tom. I think that he's a good man. He gets death threats. He gets attacked. He gets constantly threatened by people because he has the audacity to want to enforce the country's immigration laws. I think that it would be a much more interesting story about why is it that Tom Homan, who is simply enforcing Americans' immigration laws, is getting constantly harassed and threatened to the point of death threats. That's a much more interesting question that I think journalists should focus on. We can agree to disagree on that question.
Well, wait, you said he didn't take a bribe, but I'm not sure you answered the question. Are you saying that he did not accept the $50,000?
George, this story has been covered ad nauseum. He did not take a bribe.
You see his wording there? He just says he did not take a bribe, but he won't address, did he take $50,000? Yes or no? We watched Pam Bondi avoid this question. She wouldn't answer it in her thing. Nobody will answer the thing because the reality is they have him taking 50 grand on video in a fucking bag, okay? We know this. He was under investigation. The reason they even investigated him is because he was going around saying, hey, if we win, you want contracts, give me some money, okay? But you see the wordplay there? He did not take a bribe, okay? So in his mind, it wasn't a bribe. It was a, down payment that he took. So he keeps avoiding the question.
To disagree on that question.
Well, wait, you said he didn't take a bribe, but I'm not sure you answered the question. Are you saying that he did not accept the $50,000?
George, this story has been covered ad nauseum. He did not take a bribe. Did he accept $50,000? I'm sure that in the course of Tom Homan's life, he has been paid more than $50,000 for services. The question is, did he do something illegal?
Dude, these guys are so brazen. Fucking couch bro.
And there's absolutely no evidence that Tom Homan has ever taken a bribe or done anything illegal,
I'm asking you,
which is why he's working in the administration.
I'm asking you, did he accept the $50,000 that was caught on the surveillance tape? Did he accept that $50,000 or not?
George, I don't know what you're talking about. Did he accept $50,000 for what?
He was recorded on an audio tape in September 2024, an FBI surveillance tape, accepting $50,000 in cash. Did he keep that money?
Accepting $50,000 for doing what, George? I'm not even sure I understand the question. Is it a crime? Even the far left media like yourself. So I'm actually not sure what the precise question is. Did he accept $50,000? Honestly, George, I don't know the answer to that question. What I do know is that he didn't violate a crime.
So you don't, what was caught on the tape, you're saying right now you don't know whether or not he kept that money?
I don't know what tape you're referring to, George. I saw media reports that Tom Homan accepted a bribe. There's no evidence of that. And here's George.
Dude, he's playing dumb, dude. Playing like he's a fucking scoundrel, bro.
George, why fewer and fewer people watch your program and why you're losing.
Oh, and now he comes in with the Trumpy. You have no viewers, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You're calling me to account for this guy taking 50 grand. You have no viewers. Nobody likes you, George. Nobody likes you, George, because you tell me that it's not okay to be corrupt and take bribes in paper bags.
I saw media reports that Tom Homan accepted a bribe. There's no evidence of that. And here's, George, why fewer and fewer people watch your program and why you're losing credibility. Because you're talking for now 5 minutes with the
George is losing credibility.
Vice President of the United States about this story regarding Tom Homan, a story that I've read about, but I don't even know the video that you're talking about. Meanwhile, low-income women can't get food because the Democrats and Chuck Schumer have shut down the government.
The Democrats and Chuck Schumer are ready to keep the government open, JD. They just don't want to lose health care, buddy. Okay? They're ready to open the government. You save the ACA, you get your 7 votes, you get to open the government. But here's the problem, though, JD Vance, is you don't have a goddamn government if the people in your government are taking 50 grand in paper bags, okay? That's not even a government. At this point, you're a fucking money laundering outfit. Like, what are we talking about? And yeah, he cares about women can't get food. What women? Women can't eat? Or is it only women who get, is he talking about food stamps? Is he talking about the farm subsidies? Is he talking about the women in Argentina that are getting $20 billion so we can save Scotty Bessent's little buddy who's probably getting some money in some paper bags? Like, what the fuck is up with this couch?
Right now, we're trying to figure out how to pay our troops because Chuck Schumer has shut down the government. You are focused on a bogus story. You're insinuating criminal wrongdoing against a guy who has done nothing wrong instead of focusing on the fact that our country is struggling because our government's shut down. Let's talk about the real issues, George. I think the American people would benefit much more from that than from you going down some weird left-wing rabbit hole where the facts clearly show that Tom Homan didn't engage in any criminal wrongdoing.
It's not a weird left-wing rabbit hole. I didn't insinuate anything. I asked you whether Tom Homan accepted $50,000, as was heard on an audio tape recorded by the FBI in September 2024, and you did not answer the question. Thank you for your time this morning.
No, George, I said that I don't.
Dude, dude, and he gave him the boot. Oh, right there, dude, right there. And good for George Stephanopoulos. That is how you do it. Right there. Media 101, guys. Watch this, guys. This is how you deal with these guys. When they lie, they obfuscate, they wriggle around, they use wordplay to try and deny and deflect. They change the subject in some bullshit sort of way. And then they try to get the last word to always paint it as though you're fucking around because they refuse to answer questions because they're gaslighters. So Georgie gave him the boot, bro. Isn't that beautiful? I thought that was beautiful because Vance was still talking, dude. And his arrogance too, right? His arrogance, the way he's like, you have the VP on here and you talk about this unimportant stuff. And he kept wanting to say it was Chuck Schumer shut the government down. That's bullshit. Let me just tell you about the government shutdown, guys. You ready for this? They have all the House. Boom. They have 53 senators, okay? They need 60 votes for this. So they need 7 Democratic senators. So it's real simple, bro. If the Republicans want the government shutdown to end, All they have to do is give a concession or two to those 7 senators, and then boom, they got the votes. The government is open, okay? If you need 7 votes, you have to give something for the 7 votes. If you're not going to give anything and you're expecting the 7 people to vote for you while getting nothing, then you're not going to get the 7 votes. So the only reason the government is shut down is the Republicans refuse to negotiate what is required to get those 7 votes. That's it. It is on the Republicans. I mean, it's real simple. If you don't have 60, you have to negotiate with the number of people you need to get 60. And every administration has to do those negotiations. But the Republicans don't want to negotiate, so they don't get 60. And then they want to say, oh, it's the Democrats' fault. And it's like, no, if you won't negotiate, it is your fault. And what's more, they're firing workers too, right? So that's not going to work out well for them because they say, oh, the Democrats won't reopen the government, but while it's shut down, we're going to go ahead and fire a bunch of Democratic people. We're going to get rid of some Democratic programs, and we're going to make unemployment worse. And then we're going to say it's the Democrats' fault. And it's like, no, that actually looks like you guys wanted the shutdown, and you're now trying to capitalize on it and purposely harm people just because you're bitter, resentful, degenerate fucking people. And trust me, in 2026, you are going to fucking pay the piper for this, you dumb motherfuckers. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. You like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.